care, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool. City lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
What's up, YouTube? Top of the day, bottom of the day. Should men continue to roll the dice with marriage, even though the odds are against them? I mean, just to me, it's an unnecessary roll of the dice. Why roll the dice? When can you just not roll them at all and be comfortable in your life? I mean, I understand the desire of having one family under the roof and all the great things that it's supposed to, I guess, or the great results it's supposed to have. But the big but is, through 500,000 to 800,000 divorces a year in the last 3 years, says that the odds are against you. Odds are against that happening in retrospective. It's just very difficult to keep rolling. You know, I like to go to Vegas, right? I love to go to Vegas. I like to gamble, right? But then if I start losing, shit, I'm getting out of there. I'm not going to keep rolling those dice, right? And it's just the thing about, right, the gambling, and this is what makes gambling such a, definitely a stripper of wealth. Now you keep rolling dice, you're going to lose. So once again, it just seems that if you get married as a man, you will lose. Because anytime you have to acquiesce and tailor who you are for someone else, is already an L within itself. And, you know, we're going to pick a side today. Who we going to say? We got a debate, a big debate on this with Cooley and Yada. Yada seems to be, you know, pro-woman, you know, pro-marriage, and Cooley's more pro-efficiency. I don't know. We'll see. And we're going to listen to see who has the best argument.
When y'all on here, and this is a conversation that you guys have been waiting for.
Yeah.
Because we have two heavyweights here in the building, and this is something that y'all have sent us, both of these brothers, quite some time, and we brought them here together in a way that you probably have not imagined. So we're going to go ahead and introduce these brothers in just a few, but we got shortly. I'll give you the short introduction. We got Yada and David Cooley back in the building. Welcome back.
All praises.
Yada to Harley Nation and David Cooley. Welcome,
Appreciate
brother.
You, man. Appreciate you.
How y'all feeling, man?
Feeling good, man.
All praises.
Yeah.
I'm
Good.
fasting right now. I'm 24 days. It's getting me down.
Yeah, so let me let y'all know
Man,
right now.
incredible, by the
Yada
way.
is on a
Praises.
40-day fast, just water and tea. Today's day 24.
All praises.
And he's still in the building here with us today for the
All
debate.
praises. All praises.
So I'm happy that you was
All
able to
praises.
still here, make it
Definitely.
with us. This is gonna be an important conversation.
Definitely.
What I want to do here, just to get the chat popped up, the people are rolling in here in the chat. In the chat, drop who you think is gonna win this debate. Drop a name, drop a Cooley or a Yada. Who are you rocking with here in the chat?
And let me get these rules out to them, guys. We're gonna have 3 rounds, okay? 3 rounds, very similar to how we did our initial debate. Now, the guests have not been informed of the topics prior to the debate. After each round, we'll get audience feedback through super chats and polls. So, guys, any super chat, all super chats will be highlighted right here live on the screen. But any super chat over $20 would.
Movement is not innuendo. That was clipped out to make it seem out of context by the podcast that I was on. So just to let y'all know, to give the audience some context, that is not what I believe. That is actually not what I said. That was clipped and pieced up together. But okay, cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you saying tonight's conversations, they went ahead, they did some
They did me
edit
dirty,
work on
man.
that one.
They did me dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Well, we're going to see, we're going to get some clarity here tonight because many people may not know where you stand on these different things. Obviously, we all seeing the same things on the internet. So today we get a bit of clarity in the conversation. Do we got to go ahead and shout out any episode sponsors before we go ahead and move into it?
Honestly, guys, shout out to Harlan Love Dating Cards. Y'all already know Tyshawn, myself, and Delano worked very hard to put this 100 prompt deck together.
Because the question we're posing is here, should marriage be the ultimate goal for men? Okay, guys, should marriage be the ultimate goal for men? Cooley, I want to start here with you on this one. Do we think that marriage should be the ultimate goal here for men?
Yeah. So if we're pre-modernity, the laws and regulations around marriage was different. Women weren't in the workforce as much, and the relationship dynamic was different in the 40s and the 50s and stuff like that. So at that time, they created laws that would benefit the woman if divorce happened, because majority of women weren't really working. Now we're in modernity now. Those laws haven't caught up to today's time. So now women are in the workforce and they're working. There are more women that graduate college than men. So not only are they working, but they have higher education and stuff like that. So I would say to that question, would you sign a contract that the other party is incentivized to break it? You know what I mean? That's a question that I would propose to anyone that's about to get married. Totally not against marriage. I think it's a beautiful thing, but as in regards to signing that piece of paper, that's a different story. That's not, that doesn't make sense actually. But I think people should definitely get married and strive to be married, men and women, through the church, where it's not these laws that incentivizes the other party to break it.
Got it. So essentially you're saying you respect the union of marriage, but you don't agree with the legal
Just the laws,
aspect.
the legalities behind it. No.
Got it. So personally, yourself, just if you're talking to a guy, you're giving him some game, you would probably say, "Hey, brother, like, I don't recommend you legally get married." That would probably be a recommendation you make for a brother.
Well, no. That's not even a recommendation. I would say, hey, if you're going to go into something, you have to go in smart, right? And one, you want to know first who you're going in this contract with. Also, I would, recommend a prenup. You know what I mean? So this person isn't incentivized to divorce it. Currently, right now, we live in a society where women are pedestalized, and they are pedestalized in a way where they only prioritize how they feel, generally speaking. So there's a lot of women that 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. And a lot of these divorces is because I woke up one day and he's not the guy for me. he's not the guy for me anymore. I don't like him anymore. Now, of course, there's many other reasons, cheating and all of these other type of things that's involved in to why the woman initiates the divorce. But if you actually look at it, which I've studied it, it's a lot of it is because it's feelings.
And Yada, what is your opinion on this?
Man, first I want to say, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, strengthen me, allow God to speak and the devil to be quiet. Praises. Let me do this. I wanna speak to the Red Pill Society for a moment. I really want to speak to these brothers because I understand that a lot of you men are hurt. Like a lot of you men are hurt. I was in a relationship with a woman, and when I started to exit from this woman told everybody I beat on her. Right? I was facing 44 years in prison. The internet ran with it. They ran with it. They didn't need no documents. All they need is she filed for these things, and that was the proof for them. 44 years. They told me to plead to 15 years for something I did not do, because a woman said I did something, because she told me if she couldn't have me, she'd rather me be dead. So I have every reason to say, man, you know, marriage, it's just not for me. Women, I just can't trust them. Mind you, I'm facing 44 years in prison. My wife that I have was pregnant at the time.
Now, that would be important information, definitely for me, to determine whether I'm going to move forward with women. If a woman did that to me, and that's never happened to me, but if a woman did that to me, lied on me and said I did something to her, that I'm facing unsurmountable time in prison, right? That would definitely be a discouragement. Hey, Zyrox, welcome to the show. Hit the like button on your way in. But yeah, these should make it. This is just, anybody who goes through something that's, I would say, uncomfortable when they're dealing with someone in just a relationship form, it has to be taken into consideration to move forward to marriage. And I believe that you should really reconsider this position if you understand the position that you cannot control. The only way marriage to me is beneficial if you can control the outcome. And that's the only way I can see, that's the only way I would indulge. But if I cannot control the outcome, then I'll have to stay away, respectfully.
I fall into a state of being a complete alcoholic, a drunk. I turn drunk. I'm losing my mind, literally falling apart. Mental breakdown after mental breakdown after mental breakdown, fall into a deep state of depression. My wife comes in the room. Bro, I have some scissors to my neck. I'm like, it's over with. It's over with. Everything I'm cursing God. God, you ain't nothing. You're not real. You don't exist. Because why would you do this to me? Everything I've been through, this is how I'm going out? And I'm not afraid to be incarcerated. I'm a man wherever you place me. Wherever you place me, I'm standing how I stand, period. And those that know. But this is how I go out. 44 years, plea to 15. I turn into a complete alcoholic. My wife comes in. My wife, the beautiful one you see me posting all the time. She see me at my lowest. My lowest. Scissors to my neck. She comes in, what are you doing? I push her. She runs to the neighbors for help, to help me. Somebody, help this man. Guess what my neighbors do? They clip it for 15 minutes of fame.
Wow.
And says he beat her. There's no documents, there's no police records, there's nothing. So I have every reason to dislike women, especially women that look like me, because these were black women. Black women. mentally falling apart. I'm talking about you following me for how long, brother?
About 5 years now.
Did you see all that stuff that's going online? Yada's a woman beater. Yada's a woman beater. Yada's a woman beater. Why? I was facing 44 years, plea down to 15. But look at Yada. Look at Yada. Where's the guilty at? No one cared. So Red Pill, I can understand why y'all frustrated. I've been there. I've been attacked by a woman that said she loved me, told me if she couldn't have me, she'd rather me be dead. I understand. But when I sit across from men like him with no substance, and it comes to relationships and marriage, he comes from a place of fear. We have to understand when it comes to marriage, it's deeper than a piece of paper. We're talking about being ordained by God, and a lot of men suffer from divorce because no one has properly told them how to choose a woman.
But I think because one does not want to indulge in the ceremony or the institution of marriage doesn't mean they're scared. It means they're just being wiser, right? More calculated. Fear is not the word, but sometimes everybody ain't really with the chances that they could lose.
A man knows how to choose a woman. He does not have to worry about divorce. Me, when that woman was giving me 44 years to say I beat her, I chose that woman. They can go online right now and will not see no response about anything she said. There's no video ever of me speaking bad about this woman because I take full responsibility for what goes on in my life. That's what men do. So when you step into marriage and you have to doubt the woman that you're with, you've already lost. You've already lost. I believe every man that's following the will of the Most High God. Because if I'm not mistaken, God says when you find a wife, you find a good thing. Am I mistaken?
No.
When you find a wife, not shack up with a woman, not have a babies by a woman and not claim her, but when you find a wife, you find a good thing. That's why you have to stop following men like this.
Yeah, and you find a good wife, 500,000 divorces happen 1 year, 800,000 divorces another year. There are 1 million divorces a year, and women file 820 of them things. So he who finds a good wife, she might run. She might parachute, right? That's what you find. If you find a wife, he who finds a good wife, she might leave you and change your life. That's the real deal, right? And we understand that when we are looking for a woman as men, we do looking for a good woman, of course, right? We're not looking for bad women. What's up, Savage? Yeah, still hustling the YouTube street. You know, I was compelled by this topic here, Savage, because I just want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to understand why should men continue to roll these dice in marriage, although the odds are against them? Because the odds are definitely against you. 800,000 divorces a year, that's a lot of divorces. That's a lot, man. That's way too many to say, oh, it's not a problem. That number's way too high to say that's not concerning. So all I'm hearing, and we listen to this debate between Yadi and Cooley, I agree with Cooley. The institution of marriage is definitely pro-woman. The courts do value the woman more than they value the man in a lot of instances. So, I mean, it just all in what you can do, right? If you feel you need a woman to make your life complete with your family, then go for it, right? But just know the odds are against you. And what are these odds, right? What are these odds? So when you marry, you're gambling on a person to stay the same way forever. when you marry, you're gambling on the family unit to stay tight forever. And forever is such a long time. So we have to weigh it out, right? When you dating a woman, when you guys are having your relationship, and there's a lot at stake for the man. It's just a lot to lose if she switches up on you. And once again, we know that women are enslaved to their emotions. We know this, right? And the only way Ruthless is getting married if I think I can control the outcome. And I don't believe I can control a woman. I don't believe I can control the outcome. So if I get married, I have to cross my fingers and live and walk on pins and needles that we make it. I don't want to live like that, right? I don't want to live in walking on pins and needles. It's not fear. It's not fear. I'm not scared to get married. But to me, for me to get married, it has to be add value to me. It has to be something to me that's a pretty much a guarantee. Because to be with someone forever is a little unrealistic, right? And I think that for the sake of the argument, men and women, when we're together, we're going to have differences. We're going to have disagreements, right? We're going to kind of do things the way we see fit. And sometimes this creates a divide. And we all know a house divided against itself can't stand.
He's a shack up man. He shacks up with women. And I know for a fact, he was raised in a single parent household. He's never seen his mother properly loved. This isn't a man. This is a devil in physical form. Brother, what's your name? What's your name, brother?
You on a
What's your name, brother?
You on a
What's your name,
podcast.
brother?
You
What's your
asked me a
name,
question.
brother?
You on a
What's your
podcast.
name,
You don't know
brother?
my name?
What's your name,
You on a
brother?
podcast.
I'm
You
talking
know
about
my
the
name?
demon in you.
No, you
not
on a
Cooley, the
podcast.
demon
You
in
don't know
you.
my name?
The demon in you. What's your name? The demon in you.
You don't know my name? You have
before
all you speak is emotions. Emotionalism. You are a woman. It's a-
Yada, come on, Yada. You got to stick to the argument. You calling people things, you call them a devil, and then you turn around and ask them, what's your name? And the whole this particular episode, both of you guys are named at the forefront. So you know his name. But here's the question I have for those who are listening. Why marry when you can get everything in relationship form? Why marry when I can have everything in girlfriend, boyfriend? The only difference in marriage and a relationship is the paperwork saying that, okay, we now, can combine, the last name and the finances and all that stuff, right? Actually, to be honest with you, marriage makes it more business. So if your relationship start out as, we'll say connection, loving each other for who we are. If you marry, it makes it transitions a relationship, a marriage transitions a relationship into a business acquisition. What marriage does now lets the woman access or gives the woman access marriage now gives the woman access to your earnings, like your 401k, etc. So marriage transitions a relationship into a business. That's what marriage is. You have in a relationship that's now turned to a business. That's what it is. Because the paperwork that you're filing, right, it gives the woman more access to your finances. You're supposed to combine your finances, but today people are not combining their finances. Not one pot rule. People get married and they have their separate accounts. Humans lack quality morals. Okay, I agree with that, Savage. I agree with that. And this is why marriage is not ideal. But if you really look at the title of marriage, it's saying we are now united on a business front, because in a relationship, we're already together. We already got all these boundaries set in place. You know what I mean? When you're in a relationship with a woman and a man, it's don't go have sex with other women, right? All the boundaries are set in place in a relationship. In a regular relationship, it's everything. Don't respect me, right? Everything is set in place. And by the time you get married, you guys have already mastered living with each other or dealing with each other. But what marriage does is institutionalize it. It creates it into a business. Marriage makes your relationship into a corporation. And that's what the paperwork is. Because now you're entering a third-party agreement, right? Now the government can totally regulate everything concerning finances, assets, etc., right? They now become, the managerial of the business. So one party, which is the man, he goes in at most likely the provider, right? He has a higher investment rate of monetary value in the marriage and relationship. And the woman, she has very low investment monetarily wise, right? So her investment is more tied to commitment. His investment is tied to commitment as well, right? But the man, typically, before he gets married to a woman, marriage, he's more tied to finances, right? That's what the man value, and that's what qualifies him to marry this woman. So she's going to be not only a wife, but a beneficiary and access if this man is a high earner, right? She now becomes a beneficiary and will now be able to access or exercise financial, or what another word is, spousal support from this man. So what a man do when he marry a woman is he's saying, I am allowing you now to have more financial access. That's the only difference between a marriage and a relationship. Because the relationship, you can have every kids, you can live together, right? You get everything except the financial access. Now, in your relationship, if you guys break up, she cannot access your 401k. She cannot access your assets. She cannot have no access to that. It's just a child support payment. If you guys got kids, the courts will then calculate a proper child support payment, a number, and then the custody. That's it. That's it. But if you're married and you accumulate wealth, you accumulate things, right? Now, if she divorces you, If you guys live in the house together, she has access to that house. If she gets, because she's going to get the kids, and of course, going to water that house, unless you buy her another house, right? Or unless you got two houses, then you go whatever. If you get married, the woman is now eligible to take that house. Well, if you're in a relationship, she's not eligible to take that house. She got to go find her a place to live. So, bottom line, if you're married, you basically render asset control. That's what it is, right? The courts now control your assets if divorce hits.
I'm
Praises
speaking
be
to a
to
woman
Lord.
across
There
the
we
table
go.
right
That's
now.
the
You're a
devil
woman.
showing. That's the demon showing.
No, it's no.
What's your
you
name?
started with that.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name, demon?
This guy's a
What's your
female
name?
across the table.
What's your name, demon?
You're a
What's your
female.
name,
Hold on,
demon?
hold on,
You
hold on,
spoke
It's
phony
going to come.
feelings.
wait, wait.
I
It's
spoke
coming.
facts.
Guys,
It's
guys,
coming.
guys, guys,
You're
hold on,
It's
wait.
coming.
One second,
Spoke
one
about
second.
your
It's
feelings.
coming.
You're a
Guys,
weak man.
it's coming.
Weak
Guys, hold on,
individual.
wait, quick, because
I destroy men like you.
coming.
And you're gonna see it.
It's
we
coming.
never
You're
got
gonna
the-
see it.
It's
I want to
coming.
make sure we clearly get the answer, because
Because he never answered
It's
the question.
coming.
should marriage
Look, emotions.
It's coming.
and Yada, just so I can be clear here, should marriage be the ultimate
All
goal for men?
men should strive to marry the woman that they're with. If they don't see that, they should not be with her. Period.
Now, Cool, I do want to give you an opportunity to respond to this. How much of a man's reluctance, or just men in general, their reluctance to get married, is based on fear or hurt from past relationships?
I mean, it depends on the man. That's an anecdotal question. But I mean, a few things that he said there. He's talking about the red pill community. I mean, if you look into that, no one. You're speaking about the red pill community and pointing at me. No one said that I'm in that community. So you have this mindset where you hear certain content and then you just put everyone in a box. That's not how it goes. The thing is this, my brother. The red pill, that concept is just based off of truth. When they asked me the question, I spoke truth. I did not speak how I feel. You're a woman, and you're going to get this work now. You are a female. I'm looking at across this table in your eyes. You spoke nothing but feelings. You spoke about, oh, your situation, and that you're a victim, and that, oh, and you still married a woman. Great for you, my friend. Great for you. They asked me a question and I answered it. I never said I was against marriage or anything like that. I answered it properly and said I'm against the marriage in modernity times. Pre-modernity, it was great because women wasn't really working. They were that incentivization for a woman, it was needed. Currently, right now, there's no need for it.
There's no need for marriage.
You can't even dispute my point.
There's no
That is not
need for
what I
marriage.
said.
What'd you say?
I said currently right now, there is no need for the incentivization for women to be
There we go.
incentivized to leave the marriage.
There we
They
go.
are incentivized to leave the marriage. Would you sign, and now I'm gonna pose the question to you. Would you sign a contract? You seem like a businessman, you're wearing a suit. Would you sign a contract that the other party is incentivized to break it?
Brother,
Answer it, yes or no.
Brother,
Don't give me your
you
feelings.
said, like you said, I am a businessman, a great businessman. And I understand that family is the first business. I'm speaking, brother. You're shaking your head already.
answered the question,
You're talking
bro.
about feminine traits. You're shaking
You
your
ain't
head
answered the
already.
question.
You're shaking your head
No,
already.
females
Brother, I'm
avoid
speaking.
questions.
I'm speaking, brother. I'm speaking.
Yes or no?
You're showing feminine traits again. I listened to you. I did not cut you off. Not once. Not.
See, like, I mean, and this is why women are winning. This is why women are winning. Because we're calling each other women. He's saying to him, you're a female in your feelings across from me. Then he said, I'm to him, oh, I see feminine qualities, feminine traits. Both of them call each other women. So why are we debating about women if both of you guys are women? And this is the problem with us men, why we can't have these conversations in good faith. How do Rufus feel about marriage? Or how do Rufus think about marriage? Because I really don't have a fucking feeling about it. But what I do have is a thought about it. How do Rufus think about marriage? Well, I think marriage is for the lame and those insane. There's just no way I'm going to sign up to live for somebody else's happiness. I don't need to be married to be a father. I don't need to be married to be the man of who I am. I can still be, I'm a man with or without marriage. marriage would not define me. Relationship does not define me. Okay? So this idea that the manly of manly gets married is a fallacy. And women don't even fucking value marriage as much as men. And that's the crazy part about it. The men think marriage, oh, man should be striving to get married. Women are saying they're striving to get their money. And if they do get married to a man, he better have that money. So why? Women do not even value marriage, because if they did, they wouldn't be divorcing at 500 plus thousand divorces a year. They wouldn't be filing at 800,000 divorces a year. So you can tell a tree by its fruit, right? And you go to a tree and you see apples on it, you know that's an apple tree. If you see a tree with oranges, you say that's an orange tree. So if you see a marriage and somebody always divorcing, if you see one particular party divorcing all the time, that means they don't value marriage. For women, marriage is practice, right? Women look at marriage as, okay, I'll say yes to this stupid ass nigga, but you know, when I'm tired of him, if he doesn't get me to where I need to be, I'll just get rid of his ass. That's how women look at marriage. Women don't give a fuck. And women aren't begging men to marry them. That's the crazy part. Women are not sitting here in the middle of the street with picket signs talking about marry us, marry us, marry us. But us men, we're sitting here in picket signs to other men. Get married, get married, get married. The women don't care if you marry them or not. They don't give a fuck. But we do have to understand that we have to pick a side in this road which we walk, right? You do have to understand that the road that we're living, the road that you're walking, it needs to be comfortable for you. What'd you say, Savage? If I ever get married, I'm creating a backup life. I don't think you need to do it. See, marriage, don't beat yourself over the head like that, man. That's way too much. And to Savage point, let me highlight that. If you have to even entertain this, thought, Savage, marriage is not for you. Put it like this: if any man thinks that his woman is not a valuable marriage or partner, he should forego that shit. And if she wants to leave, let her leave. Because if she's pressured marriage, right, and you're not comfortable with it, then hey, it is what it is. You got to go.
At once. Control the panties, please. Control the panties.
Hey, bro, come on.
Control the
Little
panties.
Ninja Turtle over here talking about control the panties. I'm about to get Master Splinter in here to correct you, brother. Chill out, man. You sound silly.
Go ahead, Yada.
Brother, again, family is the first business. If I'm stepping into a business to make money and I don't think the business partner I'm with is beneficial to me, I will not do business with that person. Do you understand? Oh, the demon showing again.
You didn't answer the question.
I just told you.
You didn't answer the question.
Family is the first
Family is business. So you
if
will
I
sign a
have to
contract.
question, marriage is a contract, brother.
Yeah, but
marriage
that
is a
business,
contract.
They are incentivized.
Marriage
You're right
is
right
a
now.
contract.
She's incentivized
marriage,
to leave you.
Marriage is
She'll
a
get half.
contract, brother. If my woman left me, she deserves more than half, brother. That's
great,
my
but she's
woman.
still incentivized.
Again, if I'm stepping into a relation based off fear, I have no business being in a relationship. Feminine traits. Control yourself, brother.
Not feminine traits
Control
at all.
yourself, brother.
So you mean to tell me what is
Oh, goodness.
marriage is from the biblical perspective,
goodness,
right?
Brian.
So that means that let's just take it back. Let's just take it back even further than pre-modernity, right? So at the end of the day, marriage is a covenant between the man, the woman, and God. There weren't any contracts.
And that's where you're wrong again. These marriages that you see at the courthouse are not a contract between God, man, and woman. It's between the government, man and woman. That's what the contract is between the government, the man, and the woman.
That was made to incentivize women to leave the man during when marriage first came about. There wasn't anything like this. So I'm not against marriage. I think you still don't understand my point. And I'm not saying not to get into marriage because of fear. I'm just stating what's true. You're using feelings again. So what is true? Would you sign a contract that someone is incentivized
You
to
just said
break
you're
it?
not talking about fear, but you keep on saying, oh, she can take half and she can.
Marriage used to be a security that the man offered a woman. It was financial security, which a man offered a woman. That's why some kings had 300 wives, because he brought them in under his security financially. He was able to afford all 300 wives. He probably had 400 bedrooms, right? He had a castle. And he had 350 bedrooms and a master bedroom. And he would bring a woman in, marry them, and then show them to their room. So he probably wouldn't have sex with all of them but once every other year. Right? Maybe a different woman every night, but it's 365 days in a year. So a king had 300 plus wives, and I'm sure there's his favorites. So yeah, it was more of security. That's what marriage is built for. The security for the woman. For her have a secure place to have kids. That's what marriage is for, right? It's a security for women. But now, once the women have now started leaving the marriages, women no longer need the security of a man. They now have their own security within their bank accounts. Right? So women now don't need men to be secure anymore. Women are now efficient and economically sound. So marriage is not absolute for the woman either. That's why her demands are very high. Because she understands that if I can do this by myself, why would I bring somebody in and make life harder for me? I'm not adding nobody who's going to make my bills and my money disappear. If I'm bringing a man in, she says, he's going to help me make my money more and spend his money. And that's how women build their wealth. Right? Gliselle, when she was with Tom Brady, all her money was just sitting in the bank collecting interest, while Tom was foregoing all the bills. Who can check me, boo? What's up, Lawyer DS? This is how women operate. This is why their standards are so high. And we have this argument in the space about, oh, well, yeah, you can get a woman without having no money. You can get some coochie. But you cannot marry a woman these days without being a high earner, or at least potential to be a high earner. You can have sex with any woman. That's nothing. A woman have sex with anybody, just to have sex if she like you. But to marry her and put your last name on her, she's gonna need you, nigga, to be economically sound. You have to be a winner to get married these days. And anytime, right? Even in the old days, you had to be a winner to get married. Only winners married, nigga. You have to be a winner for her to take that ring. Or else she can stay single and just have 4 or 5 niggas pay for her bills. Women don't marry for love. They're married for security. They're married for security and image proclamation. We got a special guest. Let me bring him on up. My guy, you know, he's going to probably come up with add value to the conversation. ADS!
What up, Ruthless Truth? Thank you for the warm welcome, brother. I appreciate that, believe it or not.
Yeah, you know, I'm you one of Ruthless Warriors now. You know what I mean? You got a ranch, and you become.
I never signed up to be one of your people, Ruthless. Now we need to make sure
you have no choice.
there we cool, but you know, saying time to be in your army, though, nigga. We make sure you understand that. It's very negotiable, nigga, because it don't exist. Right? I ain't in your damn army.
You are a Ruthless
nigga.
You are a Ruthless
army, nigga.
You are a Ruthless warrior.
No, sir. No, Ruthless. I get the hell out of this panel. I ain't playing that shit. I ain't doing that shit, nigga.
So what do you think? What do you say? Yes.
I have not decided yet. Still watching a little bit more context to it, right?
Okay.
See what else I can get out of it. Yeah.
All right.
Can leave you, brother.
No.
Hold on, brother.
That isn't fear. It's a fact.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. No, you're giving your opinion, brother.
No.
Stop.
Please refute
Are you married?
my point.
Are you married?
Please refute.
Are you married?
I'm not married. No.
Okay, so how can you speak on this, brother? You're not qualified to even open your mouth right now. You're not qualified to open your mouth right now. You're not married.
Okay, so marriage is a relationship. So marriage is under the umbrella of a relationship. Therefore, since someone doesn't have a title, that doesn't even make no sense. That's a logical fallacy. That's the appeal to authority fallacy, which means that you could say that, well, bro, you don't have a certificate, so you can't speak on this.
What?
What are you speaking about? So
I can agree with Cooley. A relationship is a marriage. It's
not quite a marriage. I have some agrees with Cooley. If he's in a relationship, he can speak on certain things. But one thing, if you're not married, I don't think you should be able to talk on marriage.
What I'm saying is a relationship entails everything of a marriage, sir.
No, it doesn't, Rufus. It does not carry those vows before God. So let's not act as if that we can overlook that. It does not entail that. Even if you get everything else, you still didn't do it the right way.
Can you have common law marriage?
Yeah, but that's under the government.
Whoa, that kills your argument right there. Because that is not.
So is common law marriage
is
a governmental institute or a religious institute?
Once again, right? I'm just saying. I'm not. What I'm saying, ADS. Your argument is, relationship is not different than it's different than a marriage. But then I broke down to you a common law.
I'm just marriage. Saying this. There's a difference between getting done at City Hall and doing it in front of a pastor. There's a difference.
ADS, I have no problem with you pushing back. I have no problem with you sharing your thoughts. But let me finish my point. Let me land your point. Let me land my point, and then I'm going to let you rebuttal. But a common law marriage is just a long-standing relationship. That's it. That's it. After, I guess, I don't know if it's 5. In some states, it's 5 years. Some states, it's 7 years. Whatever, the states are different. But it's a long relationship. And then after you cohabitate together, they say, by common law, you're married. So it is not a traditional marriage. So once again, a relationship, everything about a relationship entails a marriage, meaning the boundaries are set, right? You have all these rules that you guys need to follow to be with each other. Respect, monogamy, all these other things. You live together. You have a lot of sex, a lot of companionship, right? The only difference is only thing that is the difference into a marriage of institution is that you're signing a contract, right, which states that now the government could come in and divide up all your finances and assets. This just makes the marriage is just the qualifies the woman to have access, or the man. It could be either or. Holly Berry, I think she's paying child support or alimony, but marriage qualifies the party to have access, gain access to the thing the government can regulate. That's all the difference is. Now the government has more power to step in and say, okay, who's going to get custody? Who's going to this? Where in a regular relationship, they'll say a common law marriage, then the government is limited in its reach, right? Because if you're in a relationship, she doesn't have access to your 401k, right? She can't, if y'all live in a house, and y'all break up, she has to go and find her own place, right? The government can't step in and say she gets the house. That's what I'm saying, right? So you could have everything as far as, commitment, loyalty, sex, right? So it's basically a marriage without government, with least government involvement. A relationship means the least amount of government involvement. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Go ahead, ADS.
You're talking about the laws of man versus the laws of God. If you don't do it in front of a pastor, I know saying it's questionable, right? It's very questionable because you were married by the state. That's not blessed under the covenant. You're more under the law. There's a major difference there. If you want to get married, you are better off going to a pastor and you can do it secretly with no paperwork. Just do your vows versus going through the government because at that point, at least there's a covenant. So when you say common law marriage, that's forcing people to get married because they've been together so long and under the governmental laws, saying that they have to be, saying some level of accountability. Whenever you tell me somebody is common law married, I think, saying accountability and responsibility is probably lacking and, saying somewhere, probably in the man, believe it or not. There you go.
But if you're in a relationship, notwithstanding the government's involvement,
relationships,
all the boundaries.
As we speak of them.
I just let you finish, ADS. I was so
ahead,
polite. I didn't interject.
Oh,
I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, Rufus. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying this, come on, ADS. I gave you your respect.
Rufus, you act like I disrespected you.
No, I'm just saying, but you're interjecting right in like my first 3 words. You're like talking between me. In between the shit. Hey. So all I'm saying is this, right? The institution of marriage is saying that now you're giving the government more power to regulate the financial part or the financial duty of the man or the woman, right? Whoever's the higher earner, right? And if you guys both make equally or dollar amount differently, then he's probably they goes, all right, well, y'all just did the custody, right? The woman's still going to get the custody of the kids. You're going to knock that in. Unless she, like I said, unless she doesn't want it, unless she says, oh, I don't really just want to be a mother, and she's going to get the kids. But the institution of marriage is definitely an advantage for the I would say the lower earning party, right? So if the man is making more money and she's not, she holds all the cards. If the woman is making more money and the man is not, he holds all the cards. So it's definitely an advantage point on both to one of the parties in that you're involving the government who doesn't have any, feelings in it. They're getting their money too. They're the pimps, right? They're getting their money out this, right? Through the percentage. They're taking a chunk out that money. So All I'm saying is marriage is not necessary to cultivate a nuclear family. It's not absolutely necessary. You can be boyfriend and girlfriend. Y'all can actually live in separate houses and still cultivate a nuclear family. Because what cultivates and what is more healthy for a nuclear family? For you guys to get along and be able to be good together, or for you guys to be married and hate each other and the house be divided and she ends up leaving you anyway, right? So the ultimate goal of unionship between man and woman is to reach full compatibility and to have a level of conflict resolution between each other that you guys can always move the relationship forward to be happy together. That is the goal of a union of a man and a woman, which has nothing to do with a marriage certificate, but has everything to do with the psychological aspect of I love you, you love me, right? The psychology of being a union of man and woman is to reach full compatibility. That's it. That is the value, not marriage. The title of marriage is just, I guess, a flex, I guess. It's a flex. It's ownership. Because basically the man is buying the woman in most cases, right? He's buying her, which he's already has her. So this is why women are pushing for high earners, right? To get married. You need to have 6 figures. Really, and you need to be, and all the other things. So what Yada is saying of absolute, that a man should be looking to get married, is fall short of the union of a woman and a man being happy together. It's not the happiness is not in a piece of paper. Happiness is not in a wedding ring. Come on now. Loyalty is not in a certificate, but it's all what's in your heart. And if you truly love each other and respect each other, no paperwork can define that. You don't need paperwork to define that, because your action speaks louder than words. And this is where we men and women are failing to realize it's not about the visual. It's about the eternal connection. It's about, do you respect me enough? Do you love
Tell
me enough?
me
Go
when
ahead.
on real quick.
Huh? Go ahead.
So let's start out with this. If you're not doing it in front of the priest before the eyes of God, you're doing it wrong. Then let's go to non-monetary legal rights, right? When it comes to marriage, not everything in marriage is about money. I mean, you got, spousal privilege, right? You have family and medical leave. You have health insurance, the right to support, Next, even in some cases, medical decisions, right? Ruthless. So there's, and then let's not even talk about annuity. That's something we never discuss as annuity, right? But there are far more privileges to marriage besides money. That's the bottom line to that. Number two is, no matter how sweet and nice you try to make it, if the devil comes, 5'2", 115 pounds, and she a fine ass white bitch, but she stabbed me, guess what? She still stabbed me no matter how pretty I tried to make that shit. So, whenever you're doing it your way, you're missing the point of the reason why you're in relationships anyway. Is to be under a covenant. This new shit, this boyfriend, girlfriend shit, this living together shit, all this stuff, living together has been around since the beginning of time, but these relationships, labels are all relatively new labels. I mean, you had courting and marriage back in the 1920s. That was it. Now you got boyfriend, you got situationships, you got relationships, you got friends with benefits. You got 15 different labels for the same damn thing. Fuck it out of marriage. Just call it what it is. We fornicate together. Love yourself. There you go.
Are you done? Okay. First and foremost, 500 to 800,000 divorces a year is an astronomical number to look at. And women, those are numbers they're filing at. If it was below 100,000 a year, I might give you some credence to your argument. But 500 to 800,000 times a year women are filing is telling me that women are not happy or do not value marriage in totality. So why take women where they don't want to be? That's the question. Why are we forcing women, or why are we really forcing this upon women who, when obviously at 500,000 plus that they're living, that they're not happy with it. The women aren't happy with it. So what you're talking about, ADS, there's a covenant. Women are breaking that covenant every 4 to 5 seconds a day, probably 2 to 3 divorces a day. 2.5 is 2.5, 1.5 to 2.5 divorces a day. So you're telling me about a covenant that the women are breaking, and they're not giving a fuck. And it don't matter whether he's poor or rich, or whether he has good character or is efficient. These women are saying, I'm parachuting out this motherfucking journey. And I don't give a fuck. They're going to the judge. I want out. Fuck this nigga. And you're sitting here preaching, well, it should be institutional. If you're done doing it, you're doing it wrong. When women are leaving, not only, and then let's take that out because that's the only negative part. Let's look at if the marriage is lasting. Why does it have to be happy wife, happy life? That means for it to last any amount of time, the man has to acquiesce.
That is a relatively new term that started in the 50s, remember? So that's relatively too new. It's some more new shit that hadn't existed, 4,000 years before it, right? So it's really I think we buy too much into the catchphrases and too much into the nomenclature, right, of some of this bullshit that's out here. You know what I'm saying? So what? The wife is miserable. So what? You know what? You married, bitch. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably one of the biggest issues. You know what I'm saying? You letting the feelings get in the way, right? Your feelings. I don't feel good about it. I don't like this. You know what? We don't care. You still gonna do it because you my wife. Ruthless, ruthless, ruthless.
But we do have to show that the numbers are telling a story, right? It says now, like I said, if it was a low number, like 10,000 a year, 20, I wouldn't even have. I'll be having a whole nother topic of 800,000. That others 3 years ago it was 500,000. The year before it was 720,000, and then this year was 800,000 divorces. Right? But its total. Last year was 1 million divorces, and 820,000 filed by women. Right? So we do have to understand, right, that that's a large number, and that's nothing to sneeze at. So why are we preaching what the women aren't believing? Why are we teaching what the women don't want to learn? If she's saying that the way I feel is more important about the vows, these wedded vows, then you are in a critical situation that is not in favor of a favorable outcome. Because we have to agree with this, ADS, and this would just be easy money. A woman would never love you more than she loves herself. Let's let that be clear. I don't care what you do for her. You can give her the moon, the sun, and the stars.
As the prize, they would probably, you're absolutely correct about that. She'll never love you more than anything than herself or anything that comes from her body. That includes the kids.
So that means that means you're expendable.
Oh, you were always expendable.
So therefore, that means what? If this is the risk you're taking. What's up? No, Chase, shout out to the shout outs. This is what you're to realize, ADS. If this woman would never love you more than she loved herself, that means that even when you give her that wedding ring,
but this is every woman.
She will always view you. She was always.
But keep in mind, even with that in play, right? There's women out here who are happily married.
Okay, but you can wait, but now let's not be fair. Hold up. Now, once again, you have to agree. There's no way to quantify that in retrospective, right? Because some people stay married because of image, meaning we just wait till the kids graduate. Or there's a whole bunch of reasons that people stay in marriages. It's other than happiness, right? It's sometimes
we're assuming the reason why they're getting divorced is because they're unhappy. That's what you said.
Well, let me say this. Back in the day, the grandmas and them were saying to the young girls, don't be like me. Because the grandmas and them did it for the kids. The grandmas did it because it was it made their parents happy. Oh, look at my girl, she's married, and their friends. It was valuable. It was one up at all their homegirls and all that stuff. So a lot of women were marrying to use it as I would say like being rich, right? Like having a Rolls Royce versus a Honda. So you a single woman out here and I'm married, bitch, you ain't shit, right? But now that women do not value marriage like they once did, now they figure they can get their value intrinsically from having money, having independence, or being free. That's what women find value in. Women value freedom more than they do love. Men value money more than they do long-term commitments, right? Women value success over, going through the struggle of being married. This is why they have no problem with filing that paperwork. So we have to understand that the value of what women value is what makes whatever it is that she wants valuable. So because men are now not necessary, she doesn't have to have a man necessary to achieve her dreams. You will be expendable, nigga. She will love herself more than she loves you. This is why the number is so high. Because women are saying, I don't care about the kids. They're going to listen to me anyway. I'm going to get them and I'm going to brainwash them anyway. Talk shit about their daddy. And I'm going to bring a stepdaddy and take his place.
The reason why the number is so high because niggas is become dependent upon the broad more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't work, don't want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to sit on their ass all day. Want to watch TV, you know what I'm saying? Play video games and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Bring in, you know what I'm saying? She got to go buy everything. That's your biggest factor right there, brother. Now,
she don't have to do that no more. We got Uber Eats. You can order from a phone all your groceries.
You're not getting the point. She got to pay for everything.
The man's paying for everything.
No, he's
not.
The
man's paying the bills. The man's paying the mortgage.
He's not.
Yes, they are. Even in the 50-50 relationships, majority of men at 97% clip are still paying for the mortgages, sir. Let's make this real. Let's make this real.
Women own more houses than men, nigga. That's how I know.
Wait. And they get them homes from the divorce because the courts are awarding that to them.
Do you think when women come into most women in today's age, when they come into a relationship, they already have a lot of stuff. They've already got themselves established. Usually. Means they got a house, they got a car, they're doing their thing, right? They're just looking for a man to come in as a pet. When niggas make the mistake at is, you know what I'm saying, they go into these relationships and they too dependent though. Niggas who,
I got another guest up tonight. Sorry, yes, I'll let you continue. But let me bring my I got some boy, y'all gonna make me work. Y'all gonna make me earn this. Hit the like button, boy. I gotta work tonight, boy. I got We got yours truly, Black Manosphere. Who's delusional? Well, welcome to the show, sir.
Peace. Thanks for having me, Ruthless. Peace to the panel. Peace to everybody.
So go ahead and finish what you said, yes.
Niggas is dependent. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's the women with the bread, nigga. For the most part, it's very rare. You know what I'm saying? You see niggas actually making any real money out here.
Say that again.
So
I can hear you. That
it's
last
it's
part.
rare that you see niggas making any real money out here nowadays. For reals. So when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? Bride wants a pet, right? She wants a pet nigga. So she, you know what I'm saying, marries him, brings him into the home. Find out the nigga is feral, right? He wild. You know what I'm saying? He breaking shit, right? And plus he got a job, can't get no money because he got 7 felonies. That's when they come to this kind of conclusion where they're unhappy all the damn time, right? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, oh, I'm unhappy when they knew walking into that relationship with them dudes was, but they still chose to kind of be with them. Now they got 2 and 3 kids. They got this, they got that. And the man is supposed to, the single guy who worked his ass off is supposed to be okay with that. He's not okay with that. You know? He's like, damn, I couldn't do better than this after all that kind of work. And thus, this is part of the problem, right? And the funny thing is, in the black community especially, there's a whole matriarch in this shit here. I mean, it's very fair. It's very few kind of patriarchic masculine men in these wars, right? That's when a nigga tell me that he's a progressive, I think he's kind of fruity, just right off the top. So with that being said, Rufus, you know, when you talk about divorces and marriage, that's not across the board. That's just in certain places, in certain communities that's occurring like that. And it just happens to be ours.
So once again, right? All I'm saying is this. And I'm gonna let Black Manosphere chime in on this. All I'm saying is, why load the pistol and turn the gun to your head when you just shoot in the air, right, and hit something else, right? That's the logical and practical. Because when you're married, you putting the gun to your head. You're because typically, once again, at 98% click, the man is the high earner. He is taking care of majority large bills, especially white men, right? Especially Asian men, and especially black men, right? And because women won't take rings if they find somebody to be incompetent to take care of these things, right? They just stay. I have friends who've been in relationships for over 12 years and they won't even ask their girls to marry them because their girls let them know that, you know, you need to be at a level up for me to take that ring. A woman is not going to walk into a I would say uncertain situation. So therefore, if she takes that ring, she's already seeing or knowing that you're that guy to take care of the things, because we all have to agree, women hate paying bills. That's the number one thing on there. They hate paying bills. They'll do it to prove you wrong, but they hate paying bills. And this is why women will go outside and become 304s so they can manipulate and run circles around niggas to get their bills paid. This is why we're ushering the era of prostitution, because women want their bills paid and they don't want to do it, even though they make enough money to pay it. So to take on the responsibility of a unstable emotionally individual whose changes daily in their emotional capacity is a pretty large order. And on top of you're entering a third party, which is the government, to now be able to come in and divide up assets and finances to one's advantage and make one disadvantage. What have you to say, Black Manosphere?
Hey man, I just feel like, if I decide to love a woman and she loves me, you know what I mean? I feel like it's safe to marry, you know? it's my decision. You know what I mean? If I want to do it, if I want to roll the dice, as you put it, you know what I mean? I think a lot of guys are looking to marry. They just need a good woman to marry. Somebody that they can trust. And so I think that's where relationship is fractured right there. But once they find that good woman, I mean, there's nothing else to do in life but to, as a man, but to give your life to your, and the things you've accumulated in life to your family. In my opinion.
That was so hard touching them, Black Manosphere. So hard touching. I mean, God damn, boy, you should be married tomorrow. But I would say this: I will view you as a victim, not the aggressor. Let me make that clear. Because that mindset right there, these women will see you coming a mile away. See, this is what's hurting the simps and the betas, right? Not saying you that, Manosphere.
No, I'm that. I'm definitely that. I'm definitely that, and claim it proudly.
Okay. This is what's hurting you guys. The women are not staying. That's what's hurting you guys. If the only way that you guys would be justified in your quest to be this type of gentleman, scholarish, yada-ish, right? She would have to finish the journey. The divorce rate and it can't be no happy wife, happy life. It can't be that for you guys to win. Because if it's happy wife, happy life, you guys are losing. If she leaves, you guys are losing. So if you're a beta and you're a simp and you putting all your eggs in one basket to a basket that has a lot of holes in it, and you're steadily trying to catch all the eggs coming out the basket, you are in what's up, Skylar? You are now in a vulnerable position. And when you're in a vulnerable position, right, you now are in deficit to her. So therefore, if you take that deal, you'll be easy target, and I'll have to call you a victim. I couldn't call you. Go ahead, Manosphere.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm a grown man. I'm not concerned about some other, people's opinions and things like that. Like, that's not even on the table. Like, if I'm a victim or not, I don't consider myself a victim. If I lose in that situation, in that scenario that you just presented, where she leaves me or things like, it was my choice from the beginning to love her, to put a baby in her and have this dream that that I trust that she's living with me. So if that goes sour at some point in time, it won't be the first or last, but it's important that, I give an effort to my family and trying to make that last. And, that's all I could do with my life, or what I think would be valuable time spent. And so I will move on. You know what I mean? Life goes on, and you may do it again, or hey, just take care of the family that you got and keep it moving. But as far as men in general, I mean, what are we to do with our life? I mean, we're gonna have children, we're gonna have a family, and we got to take care of it. So are we going to duck that? Are we going to run from that? I mean, last time I checked, a man handles the rough things, and you know what I'm saying? He goes into the battle, into the war, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to get respect for that.
Well,
no to die. No one is gonna go back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this to answer your question, and then I'm gonna play this video. You can do all those things without marriage, though. You don't need marriage to facilitate that. You don't need it. I mean, you don't. That is not absolute. You can have a girlfriend, y'all can have kids and be together, and you can still have everything, boundaries in place, right? Brothers and family, everything. The institution of marriage is just a piece of paper that gives the woman more access to your asexual and financial conception. So as a girlfriend and boyfriend, you got to live together. What she comes in, she leaves with. right? So if she wants to leave, okay, baby, you want to leave? I'll pay the child support payment because the court's going to give it to kids. Then now all you have to do is focus on. You don't have to worry about alimony. You don't have to worry about them giving her the house, nothing. Yeah, look, baby, I'll help you search for a place. I even pay the first. I'll pay your rent until you able to get settled in for the sake of the kid. Or the kid can stay here until you get settled. Whatever, right? I'll work. You can work all that out instead of bringing in a third party, right? Who values the woman more than they value the man, and who's going to now they look at the man or the high earner as one that is, we get a sacrificial lamb. We give her that 401k that you earn, get that to her. That house, give it to her, right? Just give, take, give to her. And then she takes the kids and she turns the kids against you. And then she brings another nigga in and take your place. And the kids be calling him dad. And now y'all got to argue for 3 to 4 years. Why you got my kids calling him daddy? So all I'm saying is, if you want to get married and you feel like that's the best way for you to excel because you feel like you want that piece of paper of ownership, then,
That's the thing. Because marriage don't require no paper at all. It just requires a vow before a priest. That's all it is, a covenant. Do you think back in the days of, those old days, they didn't keep records? It was more about, that family found that son or wife and that daughter or husband. They walked in front of a priest. They said, I do. They said their vows, and that was that. This paperwork thing is more for governmental censuses, man, and just for the laws itself. That's all man-made stuff. Only thing a marriage is a vow before God in front of a priest. That's all it really is. That's all it really ever has been. It's just the government, incorporated it into their laws.
Yeah, and this is how the laws in the land are governed. So when you go in and if you get married, and most women are going to want that piece of paper because they know. They know. Ching ching. They're going to want it to City Hall, nigga. Most women are not taking we just going to exchange vows. No. They pushing it because this is what women do. They get with you. Let's say you're an average earner. Okay, you're not where they want you to be, but you might got some good D and good looking and, you're making them laugh. They're going to give you a little time to see if you excel. And if you excel to that earner where she thinks you should be, then that's when she's going to push the marriage. That's when she's going to push the envelope, right? Like, hey, what are we doing here? Because now she probably has made it up in her mind that, if I can get this done like this, this grants me more access to his earnings. Not saying that, no, let me just be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that.
In today's day and age, women make more than men in a lot of things.
No. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm not even going to argue that with you, but here's the point. Even the women who make more than men, they're not going to get with a man unless he makes more than them. That's what you.
That is bullshit. That's bullshit.
That is facts.
Most of the women that I know here in Atlanta that are married to dudes who make far less than they do.
I have to bring me some receipts. That's what you do. And let's just say he do. He better be able to pay that mortgage. Bring me the receipts. That's all. Okay. So let me play this video.
What you want me to do? Take pictures and bring them to your ass?
No, I'm just saying this. Bring your receipts one day.
What kind of receipts do you want?
Whatever it takes, nigga. You got to figure that out.
Well, I ain't about to go over there and put my friend.
You made a statement. ADS, you made a statement like you know how much they all make.
Hey, bro, what I sound like saying, hey, nigga, you got receipts for your marriage.
Pull up on him, ADS. Like, yo, what's up? What's up, ADS? Nigga, I need a receipt to those marriages. I need to see how much she made. I need to make that happen.
Nigga gonna call the cops on your ass, nigga. Call the cops.
Well, I was matching your energy, ADS. You made that foolish statement talking about, well, I know that women make way more than they men. And how would you know that? If you don't know that,
I agree.
What he makes?
I agree with that, though.
Yeah, I'm saying you don't know though. You don't know
That right there is the cruxes of the black woman, and that's just game, nigga.
We're not. I didn't say nothing about
One
black
thing,
women.
one thing we don't give black women enough credit for is those bitches are go getters. Those hoes will go get that shit.
Wait. I just mentioned nothing about no black women on this panel.
I did, nigga.
Women. I speak to women in general. Period.
That's one thing about black women. They some gold
You want to come up here?
and you know
then.
that they want to make they want to make $500,000 a year. So they, you see them out there getting these high-end educations, fighting on those degrees, you know what I'm saying, doing these extra studies online all the time, you know what I'm saying, got their own panel set up, all this other stuff, man. Their entrepreneurship is out the roof, bro. But their ambition is crazy.
Now, let me
use that to your advantage. Let her be crazy with her ambition.
Let me say
you ain't got to make even, I would even say $65,000, $70,000 a year compared to her $150,000, $200,000. You ain't got, saying that.
Let me make a qualification. I am not here to tell women to stop being or living in their greatness or living in their truth. This is not what Ruthless Truth is about. You ain't never heard me say one time, I don't think women should make money. I don't think women should be entrepreneurs. I don't think women should. I'm not. Our show is not about.
What I'm saying is, use that ambition to your advantage. That's
what
different.
I'm saying is my show. Let me say, my show is about letting.
Rufus, you got an echo. You got a really bad echo.
That's not me. That's Manosphere.
Okay.
Yeah, my show is about awareness, right? I'm provoking men to critical thinking. That you really have to rethink this position of marriage. Is it the best thing when the odds are against you? The numbers are against you getting married to succeed. Forever is just a very difficult task. I listened to Michelle Obama this morning, and I see like, wow, she was so trying to run the show. Michelle Obama was saying to Barack Obama, how do Secret Service agents know how to protect my kids? I said, ain't that a bitch? You're going to tell professional men who've been trained how to protect your kids at school. Get the fuck out of here, right? But this is what she thought. She thought, oh, I need to figure out this, that. When she got out her
she just upset, Rufus. I think she because she knows that Barack got a white bitch on the side and he has been suffering ever since. That nigga got a whole white bitch and he's been suffering ever since.
We're speculating, but we would say this, right? Her and her kids going to school and protected by Secret Service agents. Yeah, she's trying to tell the professionals who protect the president, who protect all the things concerning politicians and their families, who's been doing this shit for years, who are trained professionals. She's trying to tell them how to protect kids. Get the fuck out of here, right? Sit your ass down somewhere, Michelle. Let the professionals do what they do. You can't protect your kids better than them. Gunmen coming in to go after the kids, them servicemen, they returning fire. They got pistols. What you gonna use your femininity? Get out of here.
Mina, tell me, let's test your logic real quick. If someone is a mechanic and they have 15 years of experience, but they never got their certificate, 15 years of experience. The other person, they have 1 year of experience, but they got their certificate. Who do you think is better at fixing your car?
If I have,
who do you think is better at fixing your car? Answer the question.
Listen,
what I'm telling you,
you're not making sense. You're not making sense again.
You committed a logical fallacy.
See, the thing about Cooley, he's a poor debater because he asks too many questions. You just state your position, add context, and render the floor. That's how you debate, nigga. You don't ask, what do you think? What do you think? Because now you allow another guy to interject and add context on how he wants to tailor his question. You can't control what comes out the other man's mouth. So a good debater is you state your position, add context, then render the floor. And you try to keep it under 2 to 3 minutes.
Traits are showing again.
Bro, let's keep the
You're gonna lose this debate, bro, because you're speaking from Phil's. You already lost.
So Cooley, do you consider there to be any benefit to marriage for men?
Well, let me ask the question this way. I'll bring the question and pose it to
stuttering.
him. No one's stuttering.
Nah, you don't have to ask me no questions,
But
brother.
I'll pose the question to the entire audience in the conversation. What benefit does a marriage? I mean, there's a few benefits that marriages get, that men get in marriage, and that's.
Let me see that. This is how you do it, Cooley. It doesn't benefit man at all to get married. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just all showmanship. That's all it is. The ring and the wedding memories. It's just showmanship. You don't make more money if you're married. You don't get more love if you're married. Right? So it doesn't really benefit man in totality because all you're doing is anteing up the woman's access to your finances and assets.
The woman I love and the woman I chose to be my wife, I want her to have all my assets.
That's fine.
This is a mechanism and a device for me to transfer my assets to you know what I mean, to who I want it to go to, which is my family.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. And if you are willing to render your hard earnings to her because you love her that damn much, hey, I'm not here to argue you that, right? And that's where you find intrinsic value because I marry you to give you. Then why the fuck you just don't give it to her before you get married? Here, take everything. Now let's get married.
Because she got to prove that this is a choice in my decision. She got to prove to be someone I can love and trust.
No. If you put that ring on her finger, she's already proved that. So why even do that? Just say, here's everything. You know why you don't do that? You know why you don't do that? If you did that, Manosphere, she would leave you. She would leave your ass at the altar. Shit, I got it all already. What the fuck I need to do this for now?
Right. So I'm choosing her. I'm loving her because she's a good life partner.
I understand that. But my point to you is you said, I'm marrying her to give her that. Why get married? You can just do that all the time. She's going to leave your ass anyway. Now you're going to make her go through the process and she's going to leave your ass to take it. But you just say, shit, why? And if you want to really prove truly if your women love you, give her access to all your bank account information. Yeah, this is before you get married. You give her access to all your bank account and tell her there's no limit on what you want to do. I guarantee you, nigga, you be broke in 3 years.
Why would I tell that? Why I wouldn't tell that to a woman that loves me. Like she's gonna, like the woman that doesn't love me is gonna do that. Like she's gonna, when you want to go hand. A woman that I love and that loves me back is gonna protect my assets. Is not gonna be on that type of timing with me.
She's gonna make you money. She gonna make you
Thank
money.
you.
So
you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be filling that count out deep, nigga. You gonna have some financial freedom for a change. Well, you ain't got to worry about paying all the bills and wondering what's left over, right? You know what I'm saying? You can pay your bills, you know what I'm saying, and go out to eat too if you want to. You got yourself a piece of pussy at home. You know what I'm saying? That right there, nigga, is good state situation. You know what I'm saying? You got a baby, you did it for the eyes of God. Y'all was married. And you just plan on being with her. To me, doing it before God really speaks to your commitment to that thing, right? To that person.
Right.
Versus to self, which is not doing the damn vow at all. You know what I'm saying? Just we gonna live together like some savages, like some sloppy ass, stinky ass savages, you know what I'm saying, from the woods until we don't exist. That type of weird shit.
So ADS. So you're married, right? Excuse me? Okay, I'm confused, right? Because how old are you? You're like 40 something. You're married, right?
I will be 46
okay.
on the 26th.
And you're married, right?
So how many days? That's 5 days away, right?
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
So you're married, right?
No, Rufus. I'm not married.
Okay. So Manosphere, you married?
No, sir. Would love to be.
I asked you that.
Oh, now this is getting weird. Ain't none of us niggas married up on this panel. Rufus, why'd you ask that awkward ass
Because
question?
the statements you guys said, she's gonna get you money. I'm like, wait a minute, how
No,
is
nigga, you be doing
it?
anything to
Like,
win an argument. See, that's
no,
some low blow shit.
all I'm saying is, hey, yes, the way you were talking about, oh, yeah, she gonna get. Now on top of that, Medford talking about, I want to get the woman, I want to marry her to give her my money, to give her my assets, and then you talk, yeah, she gonna make you money. And I'm like, well, damn, ADS will have to be married if this is such a great deal. And I will say this, I truly believe ADS has had the opportunity to get married over 10 to 12 times.
I'm
And
gonna be
absolutely
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Rufus. It took me a long time to get here. I was married before and divorced in the military. I was married for 10 years. Well, if you call it 10 years, was it 4 years, 7 months, 8 months of separation?
Oh yeah, that's 4 years. He was married 4 years, 7 months.
Yeah, the rest of it was real separation, right? Out of the 10 years, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So you speak to my truth then, right? In
But
this,
the reason why my relationship was so horrible is because of my is being too greedy. You know what I'm saying? I got booty in the bed, but I'm fucking friends too. You know what I'm saying? Now that I look back on it, that was pure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really the friend was cool. She was straight, but to me, she was just available. You
so
know, she was
and
easy. She was easy access, right? And you
yeah.
get caught, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? That's when this shit goes. You know what I'm saying? It goes left, man. So
So
yeah.
this is why I am anti-marriage. Ain't no way that I think I should have to give up my whole life for one person. If I am the leader, if you qualify me as leader, I make all the calls. Now, I will hear you out if you have any disgruntled, any grievances, or any additives that add value or whatever, I will hear you out. But I make all the final calls. So if I want to add a piece of coochie to my trophy case, because I feel I think I deserve being the high earner, taking care of your ass and giving you've been benefiting from me. I make sure you were straight. And I just want to add a side piece, right? Then I would, matter of fact, I wouldn't even hide it. I would tell you, look, I'm adding a bitch on because I like her. It ain't because of you. You good. You doing everything you're supposed to, but I want a different flavor. And I should be able to do this without any pushback. But see, this is where the men have given up that power. Because let me tell you about how women feel about cheating. Women feel about cheating is they want that leverage. That's why they push for monogamy for the most part. Men, we push for monogamy because we're buying her pretty much, right? We're buying her loyalty pretty much, right? We're not going across the board and say, here, we're paying for it. We're not saying it like that. But
We are, you
for
know, I don't see it that way, Rufus. If I'm buying a chick
let
something,
me
it's
finish.
because I think she deserve it.
No, let me break it up to you. I understand what you're saying. What I don't mean literally buying it, right? What I'm saying is for you to get that coochie exclusiveness, these women are charging a high fee for that. That means she has these expectations that you need to meet for her to give you that exclusiveness. That means to stop any guy from having access for the most part. You have to be the man that she potentially wants you to be as her husband or as a future whatever, right? So basically, we're paying for exclusivity, which is a form of loyalty. She's demanding loyalty for free, right? Meaning she's not paying for it. She's not going to put any money up, really. I mean, you might pay for a date here and there, you know. Hey, sugar bum, she might get you some socks and a T-shirt for Father's Day, but typically, women are not paying a whole bunch of money for men to be loyal. They expect you to be loyal because they think they're the prize.
This not supposed to be the typical situation, though. I'm not supposed to let it be a typical situation.
You have no choice. It's not negotiable. Because what you want, in her mind, right, because she's the prize, what you want, another nigga will. And that's the way she looks at it.
I'm
She's
not
never,
even getting into a relationship like that with a chick like
you
that
have
who
no
think
choice.
like that.
You have no choice. Women deal with men for power and sex, nigga. You think she
Not
loves you for
every
your
woman.
character, nigga?
Yeah, when a woman loves you, she just loves you, and she's gonna be loyal to you because she believe in
No,
the dream
no.
between that she has for you.
Manosphere. She would never love you more than she loves herself. Let me make that clear. Right? So as long as she loves herself more than you, that means she's only going to be with you if you make her happy, nigga. And what
Right.
that happiness is compromised, right? Which could be not something necessarily you did. Another nigga you got in her ear. She might like somebody better than you, who she thinks is better than you. Or her friend group. Take her, oh, girls, you know, why you with him? He ain't with da. Or social media, she feels she deserves more. Right? All these influential things, right? This is what you're up against as a man when you are courting and dating a woman. You're up against the world. This is what women do. They look at things outside them, and I'm gonna let you go, Manosphere. Women look at social media. They look at things, right? And they think they deserve these things or entitled to these things. So if you're not, in their mind, making them better to get to that level, you will be replaced. Or she would just leave you and she would go do it herself. Go ahead, Manosphere.
I hear you. I tend to agree, and that's a certain woman of a certain caliber, certain mindset. Maybe more modern, maybe more Americanized, however you want to say it or look at it. I don't see every woman thinking and moving like that.
Every
You know
woman
what I
plays
mean?
to win. Every woman plays to win. Now, if you want to get your fat, ugly ball with 5 different baby daddies, yeah, you might get lucky. Right? You might get lucky. Ugly looking like Whoopi Goldberg, yeah, you might get lucky. To get something like that, can you deal with that? Can you wake up in the morning with that? Wrap around that, around your lips around that? I don't know. I don't know. Which kind of car I'm going to drive today? I don't know. Right? But if you want any woman of attractiveness, Manosphere, which I just be talking to you, you're not going for the ugly woman. I see that right now. I see you're the type that like attractive women. She don't have to be a 10, but she definitely have to be something that's very pleasing to the eye for you. You're going to have to pay what you weigh. At the end of the day, women don't look at men because of their character, because you don't think like a woman, so she would never really like anything about that. When women look at men they're looking for a man to serve them because they think they're the prize. They think they're the best. Man, she thinks she's the prize. She thinks she's better than you. So therefore, the only way she can deal with you, and this is why most of these niggas are single now, because if a woman don't think if she thinks she's better than you, then her demands are going to be very unrealistic of you. Especially if she's an attractive woman who has a lot of, in her mind, leveraging a lot of options. And
I
go ahead.
I could deal with a 6 or a 7. I could find beauty in other ways. What's more important is her dedication to the family.
Lower,
Yeah.
3 or 4. No, 3 or 2. That's where you at.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with all that, but what my thing that's gonna really win me over is her mindset and her dedication to family. You know what I mean? So if she's on that board and I'm on that board, I'm gonna be loving that. You know what I mean? And
let me help you out, Manosphere. I'm gonna help. Boy, you a project. Have you ever heard of Hollywood?
yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you watch movies?
I've seen movies.
Have you seen great actresses? And actors?
Yes.
Okay then.
Yes.
So what makes you think, but if you see some great actresses and actors, what makes you think a woman can't put on a show for you, right? To make you think, oh, all I gotta do is smile and laugh at his dumbass jokes and, give him a little look here and there, this nigga good, right? Women know how to play roles. And I'm not saying they're doing it this much these days. I do respect this. Shout out to the women. Shout out to Sugar Bum. Women are standing 10 toes down. They're being very forward in their approach now. So they're not doing too much acting. They're basically much saying, nigga, pay to play or get the fuck out the way. This is where the majority of women are coming with the new ideology. But the woman you're looking for, Amanda Sphere, the woman in your mind that exists will be the woman will be your greatest downfall, because she will read you like a book. And if she sees that you're a valuable asset to her to take from many resources, she's going to conform to your illusion. She's going to conform to your illusion perfectly. See, one thing about women, shout out to the women again, shout out. They know how to make a nigga happy. They know how to please a nigga. Women know everything. It's not that they know how to be wise.
So what availed for her? Why is she doing and pleasing and doing all this too? So what is she getting from this?
Because once again, she's going to assess through your courting and dating cycle what she can take from you. Are you worth marriage?
What?
Are you just a side piece that she's dealing with until she gets the man she wants to give her, or at least be able to take from him what she thinks she deserves after she's given all herself to him?
Oh, you think she a man?
She what?
You think you looks like a man?
Of course, when women
Oh,
don't
you
believe it,
you look at a woman as thinking like a man.
no. Women look at men as business perspective. Men look
A
at
certain
women
type of woman, yeah, a ran through woman, a woman trying to run game, a slick trying to,
no.
yeah, a certain type of woman.
Look, we're all women, universally.
So in love, and women don't want just a man just to be faithful, not cheat, and
No.
and things that is no,
No.
okay.
They want that, but that's not all they want. The number is women are divorcing between 500 and 800,000 times a year. That means, and they're not divorcing just poor men, they're divorcing rich men too, who aren't cheating. And then the women who are complaining that are married, like Aisha Curry, right? Saying she want to be fucked by other niggas, that she wants the attention in a relationship. These women, right? They're married to very successful guys who are not cheating, who are doing everything they're supposed to do, and she's still not happy. So once again, right? When you marry a woman, you marry her emotions. You marry the way she feels, nigga. You never marry her personality or her beauty, nigga. You'll never get that. That's hers. She looks good for herself and to compete with other women. Nigga, you're a byproduct. Nigga, she knows she got you. You ain't nothing. She won you. All she had to do was smile a couple times and you was done. What she was giving you, what she's giving you is an illusion of happiness. Give you some coochie, say you're handsome and laugh at your stupid ass jokes. She's on the way to the motherfucking promised land.
And this is a practice of what women are doing, right? This is they going in like, yeah, I'm gonna get all this money, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get so people can't do prenups and things like.
Prenups are subjective. The courts can overrule the prenups. The judge is at the judge's discretion. If you write a prenup and you're only making $120,000 a year, but then by the time you divorce, you're making $500,000 a year, then that prenups would be null and void and would be updated currently to the money you're making. So prenups are not, I would say, a slam dunk, right? It's very subjective. The women with good lawyers and the lawyers you're paying for, right? So if y'all go into court about this, you're paying for your lawyers and her lawyers, right? And she's going to get the very best. And they'll be able to refute that and say, hey, well, when we made this prenup, he was only doing this. Now, in whatever 8 to 10 years later, Your Honor, he's doing this. And then the courts, the judge always has the superseding value over the prenup, nigga. This is why marriage is a fallacy, because you're literally giving power to a entity that has no horse in the fight but the money adjourn or to reconcile all the motherfucking finances. And this is why it's very difficult to try to navigate and finding you a partner who loves you for you. Because typically women pick winners. Women pick winners, not beginners.
Is the man doing any picking?
No. The women
Oh, so she got all the say so and he ain't got no say so?
Yep.
He's just under her trance, he's just enchanted and he's just a zombie under her control.
He's not under her control, but she has the leverage, right? Because once again, men value the nuclear family more than women. Men value marriage more than women.
Yeah.
Okay then, nigga. So if she knows that you value more than her, you're easy peasy. You're easy peasy. She can manipulate you because you're going in a deficit. Oh my God. But she knows that all you got to do is suck your toes and give you some good coochie, and you back up the Brinks truck. Beep, 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 beep. This is how women are playing this game. This is why the demands are so high.
So then women should be winning everywhere. They should just be fulfilled and winning. They doing exactly, their plans are working out. And
well, they are winning in their minds, right? Of them being free to be independent contractors. So now what women are doing is prostituting themselves, right? They're basically saying if they can't get the man that is going to match these things she thinks she needs, she's going to sell her coochie. She'll have 4 or 5 niggas paying for 4 or 5 bills, whatever, mortgages and everything. So these women out here running circles around betas and simps, right? Because they understand that they put her on a pedestal. She then comes in and says, okay, well, you gonna pay my bills? Then we got a deal. And these dudes are going for it because once again, most women are very picky about. They're not letting any guy in that role. They want to pick the guy that they think that they can control and have a good assessment in. So when the opportunity presents itself to these betas and simps who don't have a large access to these women, they're going to be ready to fall hand over feet to whatever her demands is. Because already by nature, we are providers. So when a woman says, oh, well, this is what I need for me to give you my time, men pretty much are going to acquiesce to that. And not only this, the last part. Then you got other men competing with you, right? You got this pretty girl you like, she's liking your personality. Let's say she can fuck with you a little bit, right? You got the other man who's going to throw money on her, who's going to throw all his money on to take her from you. Because he knows she's shallow. You know, you're investing in a shallow individual. So what he going to do? He's going to pull up. I see it all the time. These men, these dudes with scammers, they be taking girls by buying them. Oh yeah, I'll get you that Gucci purse. Oh, yeah, baby, no problem. And she dumps her boyfriend immediately because she thinks instant gratification versus long-term success, right? So that's the problem you have. You're competing with other men too. It's not just you. When you meet that woman, Metasphere, you don't know what her roster is. You don't know who's in her ear. Feel me?
I'm gonna have a good idea. I got a good imagination, good idea. I can put things together. I got a great idea. I'm never gonna really know everything, but I can put together based on knowing her character, spirit, personality, how she get down, moves, and I can put together what's going on in her life.
No, you can't.
And then upon when I'm entering and I'm monitoring it, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know what's going on.
First and foremost, you're not going to be able to access. She's not going to privy you that information.
I don't need that. I'm gonna read her. I don't need no device, no information. I'm gonna read her.
Well, can I have a moment of silence to pray for you?
Of course, brother.
because
I need all the prayer. I need all the prayer I can get.
these women here, there's nothing you can do. She not even gonna hide. Well, nowadays women aren't even hiding. They're like, look, you gonna pay a bill, what? They're not even gonna let you waste their time to read them.
Yeah.
They're gonna let you know up front. Hey, how you doing, man? Oh, what's your name, Mansfield? Okay, what's good? And they're gonna just check. They're gonna be reading.
So-
If you give up all the signs that you're, into her, and you're smiling, you probably got a couple girls that you're that you're kind of hovering around, right? And you're having conversations with them, and they got a good idea. Okay, maybe let's see what this nigga is working with, right? Because all the information is, freedom of information. So if she can see how much money you make, she can look up all that shit. So you can't no longer trick them like you a high earner. Now you better be a high earner.
I ain't trying to trick her, and I don't deal with money like that. Yeah, personally, I don't. Yeah.
I didn't say you was, but you're pouring them that suit and tie. It's kind of suit and tie is I'm a high earner, right?
I was at a funeral, bro. I just snapped a picture just real quick. I know you're trying to put together a whole image of my life and everything like that, but I can help you out. I can help you out more with that. Well, I'm not like a lot of the women and things that you're talking about and how they get down. These are not even women I'm attracted to like that. I wouldn't let them in my door or spend much time with them. As soon as I'm picking up on certain vibes and things like that, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more doing the discerning. I'm reading her. I'm checking. I'm running the checks. I'm checking the list and checking it twice and making sure she's what I am comfortable with and know and feel and have a good feeling about.
Okay.
Okay, tax benefits and multiple other benefits. But as far as signing the paper, because we got to differentiate the two. Marriage, being married in a covenant under a church, under religion or God and stuff like that, yeah, it's spiritual. It's many benefits as far as spiritual benefits, of course. But if we're speaking about it, if we take that part away and we're speaking about it just signing the contract, the only other benefit is some tax benefits. Other than that, what benefit does a marriage?
So let me
just finish real quick. My point.
Got it.
The question that I'm posing is, what benefit does a man get in a marriage that he already doesn't get in a relationship?
Okay, bro. Now listen to me, brother. You said this spiritual.
You said the spirit.
You said that. I'm not gonna answer the way you want me to, but I'm gonna answer it.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you so much.
Got it.
You say the spiritual aspect. Take that away. You can't take it away. When you're doing business at a high level, clearly this is not a business, man. He's a TikToker. I get it. But when you're doing business at a high level, the first thing the person to ask you is, "Are you married? Come to dinner. Bring your wife." That validates how consistent a man can be, how trustworthy a man can be. No real man is going to shack up with a woman and not make sure she's properly taken care of if he passes away. So if Cooley built a lot of wealth and he's with a woman and he dies, guess what's going to happen? Guess who's going to get the wealth? Not the woman that he's been shacking up with.
Oh, that's a lie. You can do all of that without signing a piece of paper. You can put someone on your will. You can make a woman a beneficiary. Listen, let me answer the question.
I can't wait.
So what I'm telling you is, what you just said is a lie. You just said that. Well, what is the wife going to benefit from this marriage if he happens to die? Well, he could still put her on the will. He could still make her a beneficiary. He could do all of these things without actually signing that paper. Also, right, if he is in a relationship with a woman, he can still protect and provide for that woman. If he loves that woman, he can still take a bullet for that woman.
And this is what I mean right here when I said this is not a businessman. Because if you write a will can be contested. Do you know what that means? Contested. You're not a man. You're not making no real money, so you don't understand. Listen to me for one moment. No, brother. I heard you say on a podcast you make over 6 figures a year. I make over 6 figures a month. We're 2 different types of men.
That's totally fine. You're still a Ninja Turtle.
Next feminine traits.
You started it all, bro.
Feminine traits.
I asked him. The crazy thing is, before we started, I said, listen,
showing his face.
Do you want to make ad hominem attacks?
Come on, look at me when you're speaking, brother. Look at me.
So check it out. Let's try to keep it. Let's try to stay progressive here, fellas, because I want to
it.
make sure we can actually move through this, because this is actually a really important conversation, because
Yeah.
Cooley's not the only guy I've heard say that.
right.
There's a lot of men that actually believe this, because we've seen things go left for men on many occasions, and there is just a lot of discomfort and concern building around the union of marriage. So I'm curious about this because, you know, I got a little sister myself. Many of us, just how life is going to go, we're going to end up raising daughters ourselves. It's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we can get caught up in protecting ourselves as men, which we have to. I mean, we have to think about what practically makes sense for us. But let's think about it like this. I want to twist this. If we were giving some game to our little sisters or a woman that we care about, is it a good idea, or do you think, Cooley, a woman can still be secure, protected, and I guess comforted in a marriage without the legal document and paperwork? Is that a good deal for the woman as well?
Yeah, she could be married in a church under, you know, the Spirit of God. That's totally fine. Why would?
Well, you can put a name on everything. You put a name on. You can tell the bank, if anything happens to me, the beneficiary is my wife. I mean, you can do everything in a relationship. You can give her. You can still protect. You can still give her. If something happens to you, she can still benefit. I mean, I don't see why you can't. The only difference between marriage is the government kind of, you know, goes in and dig around and pushes wherever it needs to be pushed. Where in a relationship, right, you as the man can determine what you're comfortable with giving her access to. And that's the difference, right? Relationship, the man has the power to say, I want to give her this much. I think she deserves that much. If you're married, then the government comes in and says she deserves this much or that much. And that's just the name of the game. So if one is comfortable with the government regulating the institution, right, you are then now teetering a fine line of is this woman truly for you or not, right? And once again, we understand that love is fleeting. We understand that emotions are fleeting, right? So if she ever stops loving you, which has happened in many cases, she can get corrupted because now she's like, well, I don't even love him anymore. It's not the same anymore. I grew apart. I want to leave him, but let me see what I can get out of this. Oh, I get the kids. Oh, I can get some. Oh, yeah, I'm out. It helps her to make the leap.
So to be honest, to be perfectly honest, Rufus, I don't think anybody really wants the kids. It's just one's in a better position. Like they have to. Everybody wants their single life. Both parties really want their single life back when they get divorced. And I can tell you for damn sure, if that woman could pass those kids out to that dad, their ass is going over there for a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying is typically a woman has a backup plan, right? She has already forged like a work husband or a trainer, something like that, right? Most women are strategic when they do this, right? They think things through. First of all, she's looking at, if I do this, what do I lose? That's number one, right? And if her feelings are no longer tied to you and she's forged new feelings with a new man, she then will start to construct a financial plan. Like, okay, how much does he make? She figure out bank account. She has all the information. And she say, okay, what do I have to lose if I walk away? Well, we got 2 kids. Oh, I'm going to get the kids. Okay. And he have to pay child support to me and the kids. If she's a stay-at-home mom, she's definitely eligible for alimony or spousal support. But if you guys are in it, let's say, you know, more of a close to 50-50 relationship, then she's going to get the kids and child support plus what she already makes. So she has everything to gain and nothing to lose. So for her to make this happen is at a 98, 99% clip is going to happen because she looks at it from a winning perspective. Like, okay, I get money. And if the house is in her name and if both of y'all live there, she's going to get the house. So ultimately, she will. That's why they divorcing at 500,000 times a year, because she knows she's winning. She knows you're going to lose and she's going to win. That's the way women look at it. That's the way they look at it. Now, I'm not saying if no matter what, I think she'll divorce you whether she's winning or losing, but winning makes it just that much more exciting and more convincing. And for a man to, like I said, if you want the institution, you want that piece of paper. Now, ADS, and I think ADS, you're kind of on Cooley side, right? I think you're with the religious, write the vows. Y'all don't have to sign the contract. So I think you're more on the Cooley side. Me, I'm on neither side. But if I had to pick a side, I would definitely put Cooley in your side because I'm not signing no contract. But here's my overarching point, though. Just the fact that I got to think about this shit is no need to try to forge anything of long-term value, because I just don't think women are guarantees. I don't think they're strong investments. They're weak investments, in my opinion, because you're dealing on emotions, a lot of emotional inconsistency. So why would I place all my eggs in that basket with all the holes in it? It's just not the most practical way to move when you're planning to win. See, men, we're valuable with or without marriage. We're valuable with or without a woman. We don't need women to get value. We just don't. Because we can do other things. But what you say, yes?
I'm just moving shit around.
Okay. We men, we just signed up for this shit because we're under the illusion that, this is complete me. Right? But what I'm saying is this. If women are valuing self-love and moving for independency, why would I force to attach my wagon to something that has 1 foot in, 1 foot out, even before we get to the finish line? She's already pushing the independent mindset, even before she meets me. So why would she deal with me in long term? She has to be able to gain from it. But we are delusional to think, she's going to love me. I'm going to find a woman's going to love me. That manuscript said, I'm going to look for a woman that's going to love me for me. How can you quantify that? How can you make that assessment? A logical assessment, she loves me for me. Okay, she might do. Let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say she do love you for you. In year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that mean she's not going to change in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? There are women divorcing after 15 years. There are women divorcing after 12 years. There are women divorcing after 20 years. There are women divorcing after 5 years. Right now, the average divorce rate is at 5 years. Average. So just because who you marry in year 1, she might be a different person in year 5. Because love is fleeting. Just because she says she loves you don't mean she's going to love you for 10 years or even 8 years or even 6 months or even 3 years. It's not a guarantee that it's going to be the same level of love. And this is why I think men need to reconsider this position. A man need to put himself before this woman. Ain't no way a man should be trying to sign up for somebody else's happiness. Ain't no way that you should attach your wagon to this burning house. And I understand. There's some bad bitches out here. I give it to you. But you got to be aware of wolves in sheep clothing. A pretty smile don't mean she's going to be there for a while. doesn't mean she don't have self-ambitions, hidden agendas. See, and we as men, we are so captivated by the feminine, the smile, the beauty, that we're easily tricked. Or we easily think, oh, well, she's a good person. No, she's about herself. Now, granted, there are some men that want to sign up for their women to control them and be the boss. Shout out to y'all. Shout out. There's some men want to be their woman to run them. They want to bow down to them via the simp god, Daryl, Sharon, house husband. And then a lot of these men have been buck broken. But hey, that's their prerogative. But if you want to be the man of mans and have the best chance to survive, you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for you.
The thing is, like, this whole thing as far as the legal situation, this is still new. You know what I mean? And the legal situation, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It only benefits the woman. It doesn't benefit the man at all. And the only reason why, like, did you listen or did anyone listen to the things that I said in the beginning? Pre-modernity, women weren't really working. They weren't in the workforce. So the reason why they made the marriage laws this way, where women get alimony and things like that, is to incentivize them because they're not working, right? But prior to even that, there wasn't any incentivization for women to get. Now we're in modernity. Women are in the workforce. So therefore, why are they still being incentivized to leave the man? That doesn't add up. That's the only part that I'm against, is the legal part. Marriage itself is a blessing. It's a great thing.
What about the selection process?
What
about
you mean?
choosing the right woman? How much do you think that factors into it?
I mean, that factors into everything. I mean, a man choosing the right woman is everything. A man needs to have discernment. A man, he needs to really, really make sure he's choosing a woman that's worthy of taking a bullet for. Like, this is the thing. Women want a man to protect and provide for them and to take a bullet for, right? That's what they want. They want a leader. So the man should find a woman that's worth.
I don't think women are looking for leaders. I think women are looking to lead.
Taking a bullet for a very submissive woman, a feminine woman, a woman that's going to cheerlead him on, a woman that's going to be by his side. Yeah.
A leader does not need anyone to cheerlead them on. They just lead. They just lead. And this is what I'm saying, brother. I understand that you were raised in a home without a father. I can see it all on you. Now listen to me. I love you, and I want you to understand this. I love you. But bro, you've been hurt. You've been extremely hurt, and it's still showing. And it's still showing. And it's still. You're stuttering, brother. And it's showing.
I've never been as hurt as
it's
you've
showing,
been.
brother. It's
never
showing.
been as hurt.
It's showing.
You just explain your whole situation.
Showing,
how
brother.
hurt you were.
Yada,
It's showing,
quick
brother.
question,
So I'm
Yada.
sorry for you.
I
never had no chick play me like that.
What do you see? The reality of it is, going back to it, it is a lot of men that that have fear around marriage. What does that say?
And this is what men need to do, brothers. If you have to question the woman that you're with, you need to go back into healing. We are responsible for the women that we bring into our lives. And as the brother said, men are leaders. And we lead in the good and the bad. And real leaders take full accountability for everything that goes on in their life. So if you chose the wrong woman, it's your fault. And then ask yourself why you chose that wrong woman, and self-reflect on which you need to be. All praises.
There you have it. I want to make we're about to close this one out in a few. I wanted to give, obviously you just spoke, I want to give Cooley an opportunity to close out. Did you have any final thoughts on this topic before we close out and move to the next subject here, or the next topic? Should marriage be the ultimate goal for men?
Yeah, marriage is a beautiful thing. Anyone out there that wants to get married, go ahead. If you're a woman and you find a man, a leader, a protector, a provider, a good man, submit to that man. If you're a man and you find a woman that's worthy of taking a bullet for, that's, you know, on your side, that's being very submissive and feminine to you, and, you know, she's a good woman, you have this chemistry, if it's a good relationship, go ahead and get married.
There you
Why
have it.
not?
I want to read a couple of these super chats. So it looks like one just popped out of here. But shout out to JC Sniper, says David needs to address his negative comments about single moms while dating one and having additional children.
Okay. Well, hold on.
So we're gonna play another video, right? So we're gonna get this on. We're gonna put this shit together. I got another video for y'all to look at, and now we're gonna look at what the women are saying, right? Because those are two men debating. We want to hear what the women got to say. Rufus is impartial. Women, we want to hear you speak your truth. Stand on your truth, boo. Stand on your truth. Here's y'all leader. Here comes y'all leader. Let's go.
Get women to clank clank.
But can we acknowledge if a man got up here and said the exact same thing you just said, they would label him misogynistic?
Of course they would, because like I said before, women don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them. So if you ain't serving them, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that this is we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
So let's correlate all this, right? We got two men on here debating. If you find the woman, if you're a leader, look for a leader. He's saying to women, if you find you a leader, he's a good leader. And she's telling you, the women are saying, women now looking for leaders. She's looking for a man to serve her. And the reason why I agree with Priscilla more than I do with Cooley and Yada is women think they're the prize. So if she thinks she's the prize, right? She looking for somebody to serve her happiness. She feels entitled to have to a man to do what she wants that man to do, not the other way around. Women are not out here looking to serve men in a marriage or relationship confined. But they will serve you in prostitution form, though. Women will do that. One thing about a stripper, she gonna serve you for them dollars. So you pay for a wife who's looking for you to serve her, or you get your prostitute who's looking to serve you for that money. Or you get a wife looking to your wife is looking to you to serve her for your money. The prostitute is looking to serve you for your money. Come on now, make that make sense. Can we have this conversation? Can we have this conversation? Your wife, who's cost you more than a lot of money, she wants you to serve her with your money and your time and your energy. The prostitute is coming to serve you for that money. So you're going to get the value of that money from that prostitute. So you're going to do whatever you require to do for that money. No arguments, no baggage. Until next time. You get married to a woman, you paying for her, right? A live-in prostitute, basically. She's not going to be want to want your bath water. She's not going to want to, give you a massage. She's not going to dance sexy for you. Stripper, she going to get on the pole, twirl around. Now, she might dance for everybody in there, but she's going to put on the show for you, too. You can say, hey, do a dance for me, baby. She go on that pole and dance for you for a tip. But we have to realize there's a thin line between paying for one woman to serve her, or paying for another woman to serve you. And that's where us men have to define what makes us happy. Because I agree, the nuclear family and, under marriage, under counsel is more desirable. I'm not going to say it ain't, it's more desirable. But at the rate women are leaving, not only are they not just leaving, right? Even in the marriages, they're underperforming. They're not only just leaving, women are underperforming as wives. And because men believe in the nuclear family so much, we're turning a blind to that. We're you know what? Long as the kids together, long as I got my family under one roof, everybody's eating, fuck it. It is what it is. Now it might be miserable, but hey, it is what it is. But most times than not, the wife is underperforming. This is just a fact. But if you're dealing with sex workers, you're getting your performance guaranteed. Whatever you want, she's going to consistently perform. I'll be honest with you, I think women perform better as sex workers than they do wives or girlfriends. I just think they do. Girlfriends underperform as well. They want to make the whole relationship around them about them, self-centered. They always want to break up with you because they think they can do better. Blah, 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 all this dumb shit y'all just going through. You get your prostitute, you ain't got to worry about all that. This is what I want you to perform. This is what I want you to do. Handle your business. Here's the money. Bye. That is valuable because the value of money is to get a return on it. That's where the value comes in. If you're paying for one woman and you're not getting a return on the value of your money, nigga, you might as well invest in a motherfucking island that has no value. But we keep trying to push this marriage ideology, and it's not working. And women, they're not trying to push the marriage ideology. Women are not out here campaigning for marriage. Women just want independency. Women want to be independent. They saying they don't need a man. So men are still pushing marriage. Women are pushing freedom. So you have two parties here that are going different directions. And the men who are married are not telling you the truth, that their wives are underperforming. They're not going to tell you that, the bad stuff in there, all that shit that's going on. They're not going to tell you that. But Yada did. Yada said a woman, Daniel got him 44 years. She lied on him because he wanted to leave her. So listen, I love women and women are beautiful. But long-term commitment, long-term investment, I just don't see them being the best quality for the money. I just don't see it. I'm trying to live for everything. But short-term prostitution, hey, I get what I want consistently. And I don't have to worry about a bitch going through my phone, trying to get my location. And I think, and you know what? I think men are so delusional that when a woman go through their phone, they think she loves him. But I got breaking news. Jealousy does not equal love. Once again, jealousy does not equal love. So when somebody's trying to go through your phone to get your location, that's not love, nigga. That's control. That's distrust. But let us tell it, she loves me. That's why she going through my phone. She really loves me. She really loves me because she got my location. Oh, she really loves me because, yeah, I got home and she broke my code to my phone and went through my shit. She violated your right to privacy. So we have to understand what are we getting ourselves into. I think we do need to be debating. Now, for the sake of argument, to the men who do believe in the institution of marriage and relationships, whatever, right? I'm gonna say this to you, just not to be such a hard ass, right? If you're going to go that direction, if you're going to take that way, right? You have to be stronger negotiators. You have to come in with your demands and expectations, and you need to lay them down, and you need to stand 10 toes down on them. Reciprocity will be the ultimate price to be with you. You cannot settle for anything less than what's expected. Because if you neglect it, then you're not respected. If your woman that you love is not returning or reciprocating what your demands are, you have to make the call. Now, this is where the leadership position is very important, because the leadership position is still there, gentlemen. It's still there, but you have to be ready to cut ties. You have to be ready to have it your way, like Burger King. Meaning you got to live for you. That's the only way your leadership position is going to have strength. That you're not acquiescing to nothing. Right? You got to be able to come in there and say, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm going to do. And this is what I expect. And you need to be upfront about it. Quit playing these fucking games. Let your nuts hang, nigga. That's what it's mean to, because women, they're letting their nuts hang. Oh, nigga need to make 6 figure. Oh, you need to be a high earner. 70K, you don't need to date. 50K, you shouldn't date. These women are saying this out loud. They're letting their nuts fucking hang. Like King Kong, nigga. If you ate $50,000, you shouldn't be dating. These are what these women are saying out loud, vocally. But we don't want to come and say what our demands are. We want to go around, oh, let me take you out to dinner. Oh, baby, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, you're so funny. Oh, yeah. Oh, everything. Yeah. We tell them what they want to hear. But we're not coming in with our, this is what I demand, this is what I expect. Because most men, be honest with you, are afraid. And this is why I do agree that fear does have a certain, most men are afraid to lose that woman that they think might be the woman for them. And women are not afraid to sacrifice the nigga that they think is the nigga for them. Women is different. Now have women fall in love with guys? Yeah. But it's only short-lived, gentlemen. Don't get it twisted. That don't mean she's not going to leave your ass in the future. She still has expectations. She's still easily influenced by outside forces. And I just want the men to understand. I just want the men to understand that this is not a fucking game. Our peace And what makes us men has to stand tall. We cannot continue to acquiesce to these women. We can't. Because what's next is she's going to put a motherfucking leash around your motherfucking neck, nigga. And you're going to be her bitch.
Birth control should be made for men. And I'm like, you don't have to. Her job is to pick quality. So she's supposed to be turning down most men, and she don't supposed to be open all season like that. But women want to be open all season like that. They want to be able to have as much sex as they want to.
And charge a price. That's how they hustle. That's how they hustle. This is who men are preaching marriage to. These women who think they need to take their coochie and put a for sale sign up for
it. And act on their desires. This your desire. Your desire is to have sex. Your desire is to do this. So now that you want to do this and you invite a man to participate with you, it's now no longer your responsibility. You want to blame him for everything. But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their legs. See, they don't agree with the things that would lead the women to close their legs, which is the beginning of all of my teachings, to teach the truth about the male in order to get women to clank, clank.
But can we acknowledge if a man got up here and said the exact same thing you just said, they would label him misogynistic?
Of course they would, because like I said before, women don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them. So if you ain't serving them, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that this is we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
So it all makes sense. Trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, wanting your cake and eat it too. I think all of that had everything to do with women. Coming up with these things had everything to do with trying to figure out what a woman wants, because women want it all. And that's how marketing has been directed to women, to give women the illusion that you can have it all. To even think that you can have it all, that is a sign of narcissism. It's a sign of greed. Women want the world to revolve around them, each and every last woman. Women want their own man. They don't want to share the men, even though that is the more logical way that things would actually work out. Women don't want to do that, even because that's not the nature of a man, to be stuck with one person.
Now, we're gonna make sure y'all hear this. The women she's exposing the sisterhood. She's exposing the sisterhood. Now, take it and run with it. I got another video. I'm gonna get you guys right. We are going to hear what the women got to say, because y'all be thinking Rufus just be talking.
Sounds like she knows what she wants. The nice thing in this day and age, you can have anything. You can have it very traditional. You can date 4 people at the same time. Sounds like she knows what she wants. So, follow your heart.
Yeah. You know, I think the reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people. They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core value of what actually matters inside of a relationship. And we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here.
I'm seeing all the faces behind you.
It's the truth. You know, honestly, we live in a prostitution era.
Wow. See, Kevin?
See, women, one thing about women, they pay attention to other women. They understand. They talk to each other. They socialize. They may not like each other, but they pay attention. And women universally, they like the same things when it comes to, you know, they don't like to pay their bills. Women hate to pay bills. They hate it. That's why 50-50 relationships, I just don't think it's a lot of men doing that. I think it's like less than 1%. I think a 50-50 is the woman paying maybe her car note, maybe that, and a phone. But I believe the men are still paying their mortgages, because if women hate to pay bills and they're with you and you're making them pay the bills, they're going to leave you. Maybe that's why the divorce rate is at 500,000 times a year, 800,000 times a year. And this is the hard reality. Ruthless is teaching y'all here that men, we have to understand, women are takers. They're not lovers. So when a woman says she loves you, she loves what you can do for her and what she can take from you. But she would never love you more than she loves herself. So that means if she loves herself more than you, nigga, you are expendable at all, at every second of every moment. You know, if you get lucky and find one woman that at least, I mean, there are some women out here that maybe take care of you, but they just won't look like, either they're going to be like 48, 50, or they're going to be, ugly, fat, and 40 and 50. Because young women ain't doing it. Even if they're ugly, they ain't doing it because they ain't got no money. Most women are broke. Most women are broke. So thank you for coming to the show. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new. Got more content on the way. Content. Yeah. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. So share the stream with somebody. I'm trying to grow the channel. So yeah, we're gonna have to step our game up. I'm gonna have to step my game up. Until next time, I'm out.